Episode 15, entitled World of Giants, begins with the team flying to Ptolemaic 3, a planet obviously, when suddenly they get hit with a big rock and crash. The team gets knocked out for a brief moment, and when they awaken, they see a bunch of giants who confront the robot. They believe it to be some kind of demon. They run off when a huge dragon attacks. The robot is unable to use the Lasertron Fury due to the crash, so are stuck with the basics. They win with a giant rock, the same way they got knocked out. The damage to the robot keeps the robot from being able to fly, although it can still operate regularly. There is a power source in the nearby castle, so they plan to explore it. However, the giants consider the robot a hero, and naturally Sparks decides to be the voice of the robot and take in the adulation. The team generally are offended, but Chiro sees it as a way to get to the power source. We are introduced to the king, who knights the robot. The second-hand man of the king is offended, so Sparks challenges him to a duel. We see he is capable of magic as he tries to impress the princess. Sparks uses the opportunity to win her heart and win the duel. It is here we see what the princess actually looks like.
Oh, valiant knight, thou fillest my heart with flames. Come, let us tour the castle.
The princess leads the robot to the Forbidden Tower full of jewels as the princess proposes marriage to the robot.
At least she's rich.
Sparks tries his best to talk his way out of it, but he just makes the situation worse. So Chiro, Gibson, and Otto try to explore on their own. They quickly realize being small in a giant's world isn't very easy. They do find the power source, but not before discovering that the king's magician is actually responsible for the dragon. Gibson sucks up the power source into his all-purpose drill, which I suppose vacuum is also a capability, as Chiro warns Antari. The rogue trio, however, get attacked by some magic mucus thing, as Sparks does everything he can to calm the situation with the princess, including dancing. It works, but now the team has to escape. Sparks' plan...
What a lovely day to be a princess! Well, no time to dilly-dally. I have so many princessy things to do.
The brilliant plan fails, of course, as the robot is found guilty and to be executed. Also, the reserve power is out. Chiro and friends are still stuck with the mucus monster, but quickly fry their way to escape. Sparks, meanwhile, leaves his mic on as he is dissing the monsters and giants.
Look, I can't do everything.
I mean, look at these stupid giants. If they were any dumber, they'd have to be watered twice a week.
And don't even get me started on the smell. Woo!
Sparks, they can hear you.
If you watched my top 10 characters of Season 1, you'd see that I originally associated Sparks with being kind of an a-hole, but Season 1 helped me change that notion. But this episode is simply not helping things. Chiro, Gibson, and Otto make it back, the robot gets full power and exposes the King's Magician for who he really is. Or so we think.
Foolish knave, I do not control the dragon. I am the dragon.
The team disengages and we do get a cool battle with the Hyperforce versus a frickin' dragon, which ends in the only way a medieval fight should, with a sword slaying. The team try to explain the truth, but being the monkeys they are, don't articulate it all that well. The robot flies off and we end the episode. Look, I'm sorry if this episode of In Depth is kinda short, but I had made it no secret that World of Giants is my least favorite episode of the entire series. Sparks takes the helm of most of the episode, which is fine, but every time we see him, it's in his worst possible light of an arrogant jerk. It also feels like the whole pretending to be something you are not thing has been done to death in media. For the most part, the plot is just out there for me. This episode feels like Mrs. Doubtfire crossed with a kid in King Arthur's court. Having said that...
Not so fast!
Wait, what? Netbug, longtime Monkey Team fan who you can see doing tech reviews on her YouTube page located here. Also, check out our DeviantArt and fanfiction accounts.
Hooray! Cheap plugs! Yes, it's me, and I can't let you say what you're about to say without giving my thoughts as well.
How are you contacting me?
The power of being a hopeless nerd. Anyways, World of Giants is one of the funniest episodes in the series. Sure, it's filler silliness, but it's well-written filler silliness with some great character moments. Sparks gets everybody into trouble, and Tari declares that putting a princess in a coma is an acceptable way to solve your problems, and the super robot wears a dress. It's hilarious stuff, man.
You know, I haven't actually watched this episode in a long time, and truth be told, there are things I did like about it. The climax of the super robot fighting a dragon is admittedly cool, and I like the idea of a pint-sized Hyperforce trying to get things done in a giant's world. I think maybe my opinion on this episode will change from here on out.
Really?
No, I still hate this episode.
Meanie.
I'm coming for you in the morning, you'll choose.
Say, princess, how about you show me the other side of the castle?
Oh, you want to be alone?